So what have you been playing?
Democracy.
What are you playing this weekend?
I've been playing a lot of Helldivers 2. A lot. I was up until 1:30 last night playing Helldivers 2 with some friends.
It's called 2, Helldivers 2.
Yep, the number 2. Yeah, it's a sequel because the first one came out on the PlayStation 3. I don't know if they had a PS4 version.
Why do I not know this one? I can't even like picture it at all. Tell me about it.
Well, this is quite different than the first one, anyways, because the first game was a top-down, like a dual stick shooter. You know, the ones where kind of like, what the hell is it? Why can't I think of the arcade game?
Smash TV?
Yeah, like Smash TV. Robotron, there we go. That's what I was thinking of. And you like shoot enemies and a lot of bugs and aliens and stuff. It's a lot of fun. This one's a third-person, 4-player squad-based game.
Okay.
It does a lot of campy stuff, kind of similar to Starship Troopers.
Yes.
Where like it's the overly like not serious but overly hoorah American patriotic go out and spread democracy by murdering anybody who disagrees with you.
Join us. Join our cause. Kill the bugs. Yeah, we were talking about that on my stream yesterday. The Starship Troopers. Great. That sounds interesting, dude.
It's a lot of fun.
You always play that like these. You always turn me on to different games, so it's really cool. I'm always interested in what you're playing because you always find these lesser known. I'm not saying that one is, but you definitely turned me on to like 7 Days to Die and Shrouded, all that stuff. So that's great. So we all trust Willie, don't we, chat? We all trust Willie's opinion on games. That's why we're here. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. It's the first game that Sony has released in parity on PC and PlayStation as a first party title. And it's doing like gangbusters. It's catching up to apparently Pal World in sales.
Wow. Okay, now I definitely got to check it. I'm going to check out some trailers after.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you do get it, let me know. We'll plan tonight. We can play.
Yeah, dude. That sounds great. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thanks to Mo for the membership on Friday. Appreciate it. Thanks, dude. JT is here. TJC, Matt, Ruben. Good to see all of you friends here. Willie and I, we like to torture ourselves. Well, I mean, I like to torture us. Will just kind of goes along with it because we're contractually obligated to be friends. He signed that contract in 2003. That's just the way she goes, right? So there you go. JT wants to know, is Helldivers 2 true 64-bit, though? That's the real question.
Yeah. 64-bit times 12.
When did we stop counting bits?
PS3 era?
Okay, let me think. 64, and then PS2 era was 128. The PS3 was 256, and then that's it. I can't do the math past that.
I think it just like exponentially blew up where it just like, yeah,
like
they're just
much.
like, I don't know, big numbers. And then when the Xbox One came around, we wanted to know about the T-flops. Everybody wanted to know how many teraflops you got. Flop out your teraflops.
We are taking a look at the Atari Jaguar today. For those of you who don't know, real quickly, the Atari Jaguar was released on November the 18th, 1993. Will, you were like 1 year old back then.
1993?
Yeah. How old were you in 93?
8.
I was in high school still.
Yeesh.
So yeah, the Jaguar had a little bit of a rough go, a little bit of a false kind of advertising campaign where they said they had 64-bit processor, which would just crush the 16-bit and 32-bit systems of the time. Of course, we find out that that's not true, but they had a really interesting, aggressive marketing campaign. We were ready to get to this infomercial that would have played late at night. So that's also not a good sign. When you have an infomercial for your game system that plays late at night, I'm just saying, we're going to get to it. Everybody, grab your coffee and let's get to it. I really didn't mix that properly. Did not mix that properly. Thanks, Dave. Fresh pots to all you guys. Cheers. Happy Sunday. Just a little bit of interesting facts here. Okay. With Nintendo and Sega battling neck and neck with the 16-bit platforms, Atari seized this opportunity to return to the console market after 78 years. And I believe, Will, it was the 7800 was the last one. A small company calling themselves Flare One were on the verge of developing a multi-processor console. They needed the funding to develop it further. They approached Atari. By this time, it should be noted that Nolan Bushnell was long gone from Atari to start Chuck E. Cheese. Atari was trying to develop their own console, codenamed the Panther. They jumped on the offer for the development of the Flare 2 alongside with their codename Panther. Eventually, the 32-bit Panther was scrapped for the renamed 64-bit Jaguar. Okay, we're not going to read this whole article. This is just a quick kind of snapshot on a little bit of the history.
I didn't know he went off and made Chuck E. Cheese. That's what I was held up on.
Yeah, Nolan Bushnell, creator. Huh. He's the founder of Chuck E. Cheese, which I still believe in the United States today. It's a thing, I think. I don't know. Maybe. You guys tell me.
I'm pretty sure it is. And that's probably done him way better than Atari now at this point.
Well, he sold Atari to, I think his name was Ray Kessner. I think that's how you say it. He got out of the game. He cashed out, dude. He was like a millionaire. He was good to go. So he invested in restaurants, and obviously it's successful. Bushnell knows what he's doing. He got out just about the right time. I think Ray kind of drove it into the ground. That's just my thoughts. But there you go. JT says it's still around. Matt says, are we glad they called it the Jaguar, or would Cougar have been better? I kind of like Panther. I kind of like the Panther code name.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Jaguar has a nice edge to it compared to Panther. Panther sounds like sleek, right? And they were kind of going for more the aggressive look.
Well, let's look at this thing. Let's look at it. This has the CD-ROM attachment.
Put it back. Put it back.
I always say that this looks like a Cobra vehicle. It definitely looks like a space shuttle. This has the Jag
I can see that.
CD attachment to it. Here's your Jag right here. I love showing this baby off. Dude, we talked briefly yesterday on the stream, Will, about how maybe, consoles might be going away, all that kind of thing. This is what I'm going to miss. Like designs like this. I mean, I think the PS5's a little kind of slick like this, but as of late, I think the designs have been pretty boring.
Yeah, they've gone to a more basic kind of look for sure.
Yeah, the real gem is this thing. Now, you really got to experience this. You really got to hold it. I mean, this makes the Xbox Duke controller look like a little baby toy. This is the biggest, bulkiest thing. And what are we going to do here? Order a pizza? What are we doing with this?
It looks like a Starfleet ship.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
like the USS Jaguar.
The USS Jaguar. I like that. blew up. So, in the 90s, infomercials were all the rage. I certainly remember watching a ton of them for country superstars, for all these rock CDs. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. We would get completely hammered, stay up till 3 or 4 in the morning and watch these infomercials. But there was one, Will. There was one infomercial that I never knew existed until maybe last year. I discovered this on the old YouTube. There was an Atari Jaguar infomercial, and Will and I are going to put ourselves through it. So just because I have control over the video here, Will, if you want to stop at any time, just say hold up or stop, and we can stop and talk about a point. But we're going to react to, I don't even know what year, the Atari Jaguar infomercial. Are you ready? Is everybody ready?
I prepared myself.
Severus, good morning, my friend. Good to see you. Ghetto is here. Good to see you, dude. Ghetto, you never told me if you won the auction on your game or not.
Oh, Matt and I were on the same page. I didn't even see that Matt put the Federation Starship.
Like Federation Starship, the saucer section. Well, obviously that comes out.
Apple.
It's kind of finicky. I haven't taken this thing out in years. Yeah, there you go. So the Jag CD comes right out. So without the CD peripheral, that's the Jag there. Dude, that looks cool. Come on. Does that not look cool? I think it looks cool. It might be one of my favorite designs for a console. Like, it just looks like it's awesome. It's not, but it looks like it.
I don't know. AVGN ruined it for me because all I see, like, he did the whole toilet thing.
Oh, it looks like a toilet? Well, there you go. There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, you ready?
Oh, God.
Buckle in, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle in.
This is a paid program for the Atari Jaguar.
Every great story has a great beginning, and this story, our story, begins.
Is that a garbage bin? They already knew where it was going.
Atari Jaguar system, and a guy named Bob. Right now, Bob's waiting for his girlfriend to show up so they can go out and get something to eat.
No, he's
got
not.
The old 16-bit video system popped in. He's playing his little heart out. You gotta love him. Tonight, I'm gonna show him something that'll send him racing up one side of Nirvana and back down the slopes of Shangri-La.
What?
Okay, so I won't overpromise, but it will slap him around a little and wake up his dull little life. Watch and learn.
This guy seems so bored out of his mind.
Well, I was just going to comment on our host, Will. You wait. You're going to get the typical 90s. Do you remember when we were watching those retail training videos and there was the wacky, like, Jim Carrey guy?
Yeah.
You're going to get, that's what this guy turns into, like the wacky, unhinged. I'm so crazy because you play Nintendo and I play Jaguar. Like, it gets rough. So Bob is bored. He's sitting on his couch at home playing his regular 16-bit console.
Hey, Bob.
Why do they...
that system you're playing on?
It sucks. The graphics are lousy. The colors rotten.
Why do they? Sorry.
Why do even today they still have people playing video games and they're like this?
Yeah. You see, they take both. They both have both thumbs on the analogs, and they're going like this with the analog too. Like they're doing like this.
Nobody plays like that. Stop it.
What game are you playing where you're doing this on the analog? It's called overacting. It's called overacting, buddy.
I don't like it. It annoys me. Nobody plays like that.
There must be something wrong with the connection.
Hey, Bob. Hello. Focus for a second, will you?
Lawnmower Man?
No, I'm not gonna.
Oh, Bob. Maybe you'd like to watch this.
Oh boy. Here we go.
What the hell's going on? What the
She's the Jaguar, and now the Jaguar is the Jaguar.
What the heck is going on here?
That's what I just asked.
Welcome to the
Bob,
set.
I'd like to introduce you to the
Buddy's
Atari
about to get
Jaguar.
anal probed.
That button is your future. Go ahead. Press it.
The joystick plugs into you.
Think you can handle it, Bob?
Wait, go back. Can we go back to that?
Go back to what?
The screen where it popped up and said Jaguar.
Probably not. What's up with the Jaguar?
It wasn't even centered.
Oh yeah, are you surprised?
Like part of the name Jaguar was cropped off on the side because they didn't even center it into the screen.
I can't stop laughing already. Oh, here's Alien versus Predator, one of the good games on the system.
Somebody got paid lots of money to do that, and they failed. How?
Dude, you just wait. You just wait. Now, again, full transparency, I watched a little bit of this just to kind of comb through it and see if it was worthy enough to stream, and it is.
Shoot it, Bob!
Yeah, shoot it, Bob, at 10 frames per second.
If that. Look at it. Look how bad it is.
Not bad. But next time, there'll be more of them.
Hey, who are you anyway?
The name's Jack.
Hey, great, Jack. You mind telling me what I'm doing here?
Yeah,
You're here,
you
Bob,
freaking jack
because
off.
Somebody wants to help you.
Jack's got
Somebody
some
wants
wild
to show
hair,
you
man.
a better
What
way to
is
play
that?
the game.
What game?
The game of
Jack's like the
life, Bob.
epitome of like the
It's something
90s
you
dude.
got out of-
Yeah, I would say he's got like the collared, like bowlingish shirt, the leather tail end of the grunge era, Kurt Cobain leather 70s jacket.
Mhm.
Graded. You know why the video game you were playing tonight sucked, huh? Because it was old technology, Bob. It was a 16-bit system. So do the math with me, Bob. If I offered you a 32-bit system, that would be a good thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
If I then showed you a 64-bit system, something with more power and better graphics, that would even be a better thing now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 64 would probably be better.
This is the Atari Jaguar, Bob. We're talking the next generation of video games. There's 64 bits of raw gaming power, CD
He's getting
quality
wacky.
stereo sound, and
He's getting
state-of-the-art
wacky.
graphics that blows your old system away.
This is like probably this guy's first acting thing, like gig, and he's like, I gotta do good. Or else, like, I need to use this to get more jobs.
This
And-
is Nintendo won't see me, so you know what?
Yeah.
I got this job for this infomercial. I'm gonna do it. It's a pretty big script. Like this is a hefty infomercial. This isn't like a 10-minute little infomercial.
and nobody heard from Jack again.
Where's Jack today? Somebody let me know. Matt says if you turn the system on and you get all that RGB and all that cracking, you burnt something out. The Jaguar is famous for turning it on and it will do the roar, and then you get a red screen of death, they call it. I feel like we watched this before on your stream. Yeah, maybe. I think we watched a little bit of it, maybe. But yeah.
Bob, I just had a brilliant idea.
Do you know what he looks
Bob,
like
let's
that I
use
just
real
thought
life
of?
as a
He looks like
metaphor,
Doc
shall we?
Brown. He's like a
Great.
young Christopher Lloyd.
Now, pay close
Well, he
attention
thinks
to
he
the
is.
screen, and I will illustrate for you. Here's your life at 16 bits.
Looking at girls' butts.
One hot dog, please.
You want fries with that?
Of course, it's a hot dog.
And now, life
Jack's
when you
all jacked up
upgrade
a
to
Mountain
the
Dew.
64-bit Jaguar.
TJC.
McPherson,
Oh, look.
I hope you don't mind, but I ordered you
Ma'am?
fries to go with your sandwich.
Is that
He
really
looks
gonna
like,
happen to me? Bob,
what's his name?
It's a metaphor.
Cusack,
it's
John
not
Cusack.
real. It's just a way to
Kinda,
show
yeah.
you the difference between 16 bits and 64
And Tom
bits.
Hanks, like cross.
They're all like they're like
Take my
off-brand
word for it.
actors.
Let me introduce you to Melissa. Hi,
All-star
Melissa.
John Cusack.
Hi, Jack!
This is Bob. He needs your help to be introduced to the 64-bit world of the Atari Jaguar.
Wow, that's great! I'm at the perfect spot. I'm at Shane Trittler's Super Sports Club, and I'm riding today.
Look at that Jag interaction.
Okay, there's the gameplay finally. Okay, like 2 seconds of it.
Really cool. It was pretty intense. I like the crashes and especially leaning through the turns.
Crashing on the game's a lot safer. You get
Look at, oh my God. This guy, you know what this guy's name is? Dr. 90s. Look at this guy.
I was
has,
gonna
like,
say like wannabe Dennis Rodman.
dude, the like Stone Temple Pilot, like red dyed hair, the glasses, the oversized baggy beige pants, the chain wallet. Dude, this is gold. Just
away
for the
without
fashion.
breaking a bone or anything.
Check out the bone he broke.
Outrageous, dude.
I could play it the first time I played it and not crash like crazy. I didn't have to play it forever to learn how to
You
do
play
it.
the
CD sound, how's that?
The sound, I mean, it plays an important part of it. Just makes it seem like you're going that much faster.
Love how they say they try to tell us that it has CD-ROM sound. This is before I think the CD-ROM, maybe not. I don't know. They're trying to say the cards I think have CD-ROM sound.
It's a record.
16-bit, 32-bit, or
64-bit. You do the math.
pick your card. Pick your bite. 64, of course.
You know, it's
There you
never
go.
a
You learned
good.
from a champ.
It's
Now
never a
you
good thing,
decide.
dude, when they don't show the game that. Look at it. See, that's right. It's like, hang on.
All right, dude. So that was really cool.
So you're gonna get a
No,
Jaguar?
no, it wasn't.
Look, Bob, I'll lay it to you straight.
This guy's like super aggressive, right? So the motorbike guy takes off, and then what's this guy's name? Jack. Jack walks. He's like, "So are you gonna get a Jaguar?" The guy's like, "I don't know yet." He's like,
Yeah, this is actually what happened, right? So eventually they got desperate and they wanted to sell the Jaguars. So they sent out Agent Jacks. There's a multitude of them, and they put people in rooms and pretty much just tried to like force them to buy Jaguars. You haven't bought a Jaguar yet?
that's the thing. That's the thing you guys don't understand is that these aren't actors, man. This is like a sales pitch. They take you into this cave into the New Mexico desert. They take you deep under this underground lair, and they strap you to this chair, and they have some female agent try and seduce you, who's also a Panther / video game console, and then you have Jack, the mastermind behind everything. This is what happens when Bushnell leaves Atari, man. You get this wackiness.
Or is it like a what's that movie with Nicolas Cage? Was it Wicker Man? Where they just have a fleet of like women that turn into Jaguars that come out and seduce men to bring them back, and then they get sacrificed so that they can increase Jaguar sales.
I've never heard of that. Absolutely insane.
I may have been forgetting some of the details. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you might be.
You look like the kind of guy that can take it.
Well,
The
what?
Atari Jaguar has 64
I told
bits
you,
of gaming
the joystick
power,
goes
not
in you.
Like other systems with 32 bits or even worse, 16 bits. It's got CD, quality stereo sound, 3D graphics, and a state-of-the-art 17-button controller, plus 16.8 million colors. Now, does your system even come close? Of course not, Bob. And all this, are you listening to me, Bob? Because I hate wasting my breath. All this for about half the cost of other systems.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. How many games does this Atari Jaguar system have?
My friend, Atari is the game master. They've got enough games to keep your friend.
Yeah, how many actual games does the Jaguar have? My friend, don't worry about that. It's got enough. That's never the answer.
Fragile little mind occupied until the next millennium.
Yeah? Like what?
Like these, bright boy Iron Soldier. You'll
Hey,
power
Dale.
a 40-foot mech tromping through towns,
Hey, Dale.
destroying the enemy. Power drive. Rally. It's more than a race, it's an adventure as you rally around the world. Baldus hair, skiing and snowboarding. Speed is guaranteed as you shred the slopes. Flip out, mind-bending puzzles challenge you in the great tile-flipping festival. Syndicate, you'll lead a team of cyborg mercenaries to save.
Okay, a really, really bad port of Syndicate, by the way.
Yeah.
17 buttons.
Syndicate was great back in the day. I played it on PC.
Yeah, and most of these are used to dial to order friggin' pizza, man. That's where your 17 buttons
The
go.
world from a mind-altering technology
Hey,
drug.
Cutthroat.
Had enough yet?
But my old system's good enough.
Oh,
Hello?
oh.
Good enough? With the Atari Jaguar systems.
I think the news reporter host was a better person. She doesn't seem.
And CD quality
This is
sound.
this is
How
a
can you be satisfied
seductress,
with
right?
good
That's her
enough?
job.
No. As a host, I think the other lady was doing a better job.
Yeah.
Well, it was
How
more
about
real.
Atari's Ultra Vortex?
You ever played any of the fighters on Jaguar?
No.
Look at
Well, we
There's-
played it one day at your house. I can't remember what we played.
Yeah, I think we
I
played
blacked it out.
Kasumi Ninja is usually the big game for fighting. I think Ultra Vortex. I have no idea what this one is, but it's Way of the Warrior for 3DO is notoriously horrible, but I feel like Kasumi Ninja is even worse. Like, what's the thing? If I was to say to you, out of a fighting game, what could be the worst thing that could possibly happen in a fighting game, right? What would you say? It would be like the controls. You have to have responsive controls, right? Think about it like anything goes. It's like I don't even know how to do anything. Even if I knew the moves, they don't respond at all. It's crazy.
Is she in the game? She's just blonde?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if she's supposed to be one of the characters. Buzzsaw.
Or is that why she's wearing red? So that she looks similar.
Yeah, maybe. It just looks weird. You know what I mean? Like, compare that to Mortal Kombat.
They were definitely trying to mimic it because that voice is kind of the same too.
This game and I both need a big boy to play us.
Give me another chance. Bob. Practice makes perfect, my friend. Look, just go a couple of more rounds solo and maybe.
I love they have the Jag
maybe you'll
just
be ready
sitting there,
for a
not even
rematch.
plugged in.
Well, buddy boy,
He's got a player, he's gonna get the
hand-eye
old Jag.
coordination. You and I are gonna have a little chat, and it will go like this. Atari and I will present you with an offer you will not refuse. You will then pick up the phone and call us.
For everyone in the chat.
Bob here's got some time to get it together, and so do you.
Get ready to discover the next generation of video games. Everything else is history. It's the Atari Jaguar 64-bit system, the most fun you can get your hands on today, at the best price anywhere. And once you experience the power of the Jaguar, you'll know in a cybersecond it's a whole new game. The Jaguar is 64 bits of raw power, awesome 3D graphics, CD quality stereo sound, 16.8 million colors.
Rayman,
Plus, the Jaguar games are so intense because the Jaguar
Rayman
system
deserved
delivers
better.
real-world,
What is
real-time
that?
gameplay. You can
That was
choose from a
awful.
whole slew of top-of-the-line, cutting-edge games, like Alien vs. Predator. Choose your weapon in battle with the ultimate warriors of the big screen. Zool 2. Confront Mental Block and his cronies to restore the
Zool was a good
dimension
game. I
before
never
its
played it on the
wiped out
Jag,
of
but I played it
existence.
elsewhere. That game was good.
Pitfall. Stay alert. One wrong move and you're a Mayan
Fighter.
munchie.
Or
And
Pitfall.
Rayman.
Pitfall.
It's eye-popping animation. See what it feels like to be in a cartoon.
But see, all those games they just showed. Pitfall came out on Super Nintendo. It came out on Genesis. Rayman did. It came out on everything as well. And Zool did as well.
Yep.
Okay, so did they look sharper? I would say the Jaguar, graphically, those games looked sharper. Yeah, the sound was definitely
I don't know.
this game.
The video's all blurry anyways. This is like low def before high def.
It's like 180 nothing. Yeah, but I will
I can't tell.
I will say they're not showcasing anything that was original so far besides AVP, and that was the system seller. That game was actually pretty good. I would agree. I think it rules because it's so interesting for video game history.
And the excitement never ends. The
Right.
Atari Jaguar was
there's
designed to be
CD,
modular,
CD
so you
ROM
can add
instead.
peripherals to further enhance
This
your
was like the
gameplay.
last
Call
gasp.
now and you'll get the complete system, including the
what's the
17-button
offer?
ergonomically designed controller for just $159. Through this special TV offer, you also get a free second controller, so you can go
Whoa.
one-on-one with a friend. It's a
torture a
$24.95
friend,
value.
too.
And listen to this. If you call right now, we'll give you your first game free. You'll pilot
Cybermorph?
an attack craft that changes shape.
Where did you learn to fly?
The bootleg Star Fox.
Probe interplanetary battle.
It looks
that?
it looks so
enemy
bad.
bunkers. Do
Oh
the
my
math
god.
and you'll see the Atari Jaguar 64-bit system is for you. Don't wait. Call now and you'll receive the complete Jaguar system.
Okay,
Two
guys, there you
controllers and
go.
your first game
Get your
Cybermorph
credit
cards
for just
ready. Call now.
Don't do
$159
it.
plus
Don't do
shipping
it.
and handling. Have your
Though
credit
that
card
price
ready
is a
and call
steal
the number you
nowadays.
See on your screen, or send check or money order to the address below. Christmas delivery is guaranteed if you call right now.
So this, as we all know, in any kind of marketing campaign, is your last gasp, right? Like when you're starting to do infomercials, you're in trouble, especially if you're a cutting edge game console. You don't have to play a 40-minute long ad at 3 a.m. on the cable access channel. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just don't. Cutthroat styling right now. I agree with you. The box looks great. The system itself looks great. I like the design of the boxes too. The cartridges look cool. Just the games, they play bad, trust me. And if you guys are looking to get your hand on any Jaguar games, that Atari collection that came out just like a year and a half, 2 years ago, has a ton of Jaguar games on it. I got it on Switch.
Try the Jaguar for 30 days
They're not
risk-free.
good.
If it's not the most fun you've ever had, return it for a full refund of your purchase price. Get ready to be blown away by the Atari Jaguar.
Welcome back. Let's recap, shall we? Great. Bob, the everyman for the night.
We don't need to recap. Oh no.
You shoot hoops.
Cybermorph coming to life?
Need some help.
Avoid the ground. Pod in trouble.
Like,
Bob, you're supposed to avoid the mountains.
oh, they got
Not
Cybermorph
use
woman
them as
to come in.
targets.
That's pretty cool.
Is it?
I think it's pretty.
Oh well, game over.
Where did you learn to
Take it
fly,
too
Bob?
hard, Bob. You'll get past the first level next time.
No,
for your
no one got
overwhelming
past the
support,
first level.
Jack.
That's
I thought you
It
were
was
supposed to
rigged.
be my friend.
No, Bob. I'm more than your friend. I'm your guide, your mentor. I'm here to show you what your life is and what it could be. Which leads me to my next point.
Okay, so I'm starting to get tingly in the head. I'm starting to get to that. I'm starting to get like, I don't know if I could take much more of it. We're gonna take it, but are you getting to that point? I'm starting to get like itchy and like.
Like, are you feeling cringy? Like you're feeling like
it's cringy,
almost like secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, I'm irritated. It's sad to see what happened to Atari, and this was the last gasp. Literally, I believe, I don't have any facts behind this, but I believe that this was the last big push. This was the last commercial for the last console they ever released. And it's basically this Jim Carrey guy begging us, the audience, to buy the console. It's like you're telling us all these horrible lies. The system is like, what, 4 times more powerful? 3-4 times more powerful, whatever it is.
Well, that was like, even that wasn't that like not even true in the end? It wasn't like a pure actual 64-bit.
I think it was like there was a 32-bit specs and manuals. There was
something like it wasn't an actual like full 64-bit processor. It was like split between 2 32-bit processors, and it didn't work.
32-bit processor and a 16-bit sound processor.
Yeah, which still doesn't work up to 64.
Well, it's got to be 32 and 32. I'm looking at the specs now. Well, let's continue this.
There was some controversy behind it. I remember reading about where it wasn't actually like a true 64-bit system.
Yeah. Please buy the Jaguar. TJ says it sucks, but please buy it. Exactly. And I feel embarrassed for Atari. You know what I mean?
Further extend the metaphor of your life at 16.
They really went downhill, man.
Great.
Oh, as soon as Bushwell, they've never been
around in an 83 low end.
The hell's that?
Now this girl's just like stalking them. Seducing.
It's a good
them.
problem to have. Not going to be. She's an attractive lady.
She is. Yeah, he's got the broken down Pinto.
Sure.
What happened? Wait a second. Wasn't Bob waiting for his date? Where's his date? He was waiting.
Oh, she's been replaced by the Jaguar. The Jaguar ate her.
Jaguar lady. Okay.
Something sportier, more powerful.
Something like this.
Oh, a Dodge Viper, of course. That was like the sports car of the 90s, too. Everybody was like, I want a Dodge Viper.
The rich guy sports car.
Yeah.
Is that me?
Hard to imagine, isn't it, Bob?
Yeah. I mean, no. I mean, not if I got a new job and a raise. Heck, if I got a new life.
Which leads me to my next point, Bob. You certainly don't want to plunk down $300 or $400 on a new game system that only gives you 32 bits of power when you can get the 64.
Everything in life
Jaguar
will be solved, Bob, if you get a stronger game console.
That's the real difference between this system and the others, Bob.
Real? Come on, give me a break.
Matt says Vipers were nice rides.
Caves can't be real.
I never actually got to be in one. They did look cool.
What the?
Ma'am?
15-bit versus 32-bit.
Yo, Joe?
64 bits. It's real, Bob, when you do the math. And here's another slice of algebra you can chew on. Atari Jaguar's about half the price of the other systems out there.
Yeah, because it sucks. I said it.
Oh, dude, it's pretty good.
To be honest, for port-wise, compared to like PC, I heard Doom was actually pretty good. It's the best like console port.
Yeah.
But then you could just play it on PC anyways, and...
Well, this is the thing,
Bob
right?
here wraps his mind around the math.
So this is the thing I always talk about, where I never had a PC that was good enough to play anything, especially like Doom. So like when the 3DO and when like this came out, it was like my chance to get a CD-ROM system, right? And it was easier for me to like convince my mom and save up like a lot of the money and then convince her to chip in the other half for a video game console instead of pitching to her a new computer, right? Because then she would have to take all her work stuff and relearn it. My mom was not a computer savvy person. So for us to get a new computer, and back then at least, you had one computer in your house, right? Like I think it was very rare for you to have your own personal computer. At least I didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know many people that had a gaming computer plus all the game consoles and all that stuff. But
You and I are going to finish that chat we started a little while ago. Come on. You know you want the Atari Jaguar, and all you have to do is pick up the phone.
you know you want
Get ready to
it.
discover the next generation of video games. Everything else is history. It's the Atari Jaguar.
I'm gonna skip.
I like how like they're in some like cave or something. Like this is the last ditch effort of Atari. Everything they have is gone. Now they just work out of a cave.
Well, this is next to all the buried ET carts, right? They're like,
Yeah.
hey, well, we dug up that lot. Let's just make this little quick fort, and we'll do our infomercial.
My
out
whole
of it.
life changed.
Yeah, if people aren't buying the Jaguar right now, they're just gonna like implode the whole cave. Just
Well, they're
bury
gonna-
everything here. That's it.
You want fries with that? Life at 64.
We saw this already.
Fine, but I ordered you fries to go with your sandwich.
Life at 16. Life at 64. And the metaphor doesn't stop there. Let's take your clothes, for example, shall we? This is you
Taking
at
my
16
clothes?
bits. This is you at 64 bits.
Nice.
Is that a
outfit,
difference?
Bob.
Susie,
Oh, no,
how
she's
nice
here.
to see you.
I heard Bob was looking for a rematch. How about we hit the slopes, Bob? I'll even let you go first. Fast time wins.
He's like, oh. I mean, it's okay. Like this game's all right looking, right?
No. But I'll let you say that.
Not bad.
It's
for
all
a
right.
novice.
You got to remember too that the gameplay in these was brutal. Like it's about the controls, and that's my problem with. Oops! Did I just turn it back? That's my bad.
Oh god! What is going on?
I mean,
I screwed
I
up.
thought you had me.
That's my problem with 90% of the games. I could forgive the graphics. I could even forgive them saying, "Look, these graphics are 64-bit, way better than your Nintendo and Genesis." Blah blah blah. Fine, they're not, but that's fine. But you got to play the games and understand how badly they control. If you don't have basic control functionality in a video game,
Yeah.
and not, dude, I'm telling you, man, none of them have it. Even the beloved AVP doesn't. Brandon's here. Good to see you, dude. I love the Jag. Yeah, we're celebrating the Jag and making fun of it at the same time.
You said this came out. This was 93.
The Jag was released in 93. I'm guessing this infomercial would be like 96.
Okay, hold on. I wanna
I'm
see something.
guessing.
Okay, so 96. What came out in 96? We got Quake, Duke Nukem 3D, Tomb Raider, Command and Conquer Red Alert, Super Mario 64.
Yeah, so okay. I'm gonna take it
Wave
back.
Race 64, Mario Kart 64.
Hang on. I'm gonna say this is 1995. Let me go back. This is 95 because this would be just before the PlayStation launched, I believe. Yeah, this has got to be before the PlayStation and before, or maybe around the same time as the Saturn. So it's definitely before Nintendo 64. 100%.
95 still had some bangers though.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But they're comparing the price tag to the 16-bit stuff. So Super Nintendo is still very relevant. Genesis. So yeah, I'm going to say this is 95 infomercial.
Mortal Kombat 3. Okay, that one's not as hot, but still.
Here for a second.
Bob beat me.
What?
Bob did what to you?
Yes! Did you see that, Jack? I kicked butt on that game. Come on, give me another one. I'm ready for it.
TJ says it was in the store at the same
Give
time.
me
as
another one. I'm
PlayStation.
ready for it now. I know you're ready for it now, Bob. But are you ready
Oh,
for it?
Bubsy! Bubsy!
We're hanging out at Alter Zone. This is so cool. We have a major
the
game of
Jaguar.
laser tag happening. And you know what? We figured these kids.
See,
are
I
up
like
for the
her
test.
vibe better. They
Let's
should have
check
had her
this
as the main
2000
hostess.
Jaguar. Come on, hurry up.
Well, she's more like game show host, right? For sure.
She just seems more into it and peppy.
I'm about to take a survey.
Oh,
and what
for
do you
sure.
boys think about the new Jaguar system?
Well, listen, to defend our secret agent. She's an actress playing a role in a staged environment, where this girl is actually, it's a staged environment, but it's all improvised. Like these dudes here aren't actors, right? They're just like, say you like the Jaguar and we'll give you $10. The kid's like, okay, but he's not like an actual actor. Makes sense?
Graphics.
Yeah.
My mind.
Did you hear that?
You like her better? That's fair.
Tonight.
She just seems more real and genuine. I just like that more.
Yeah.
Like this is all better. Getting like actual like player feedback.
Yep.
I think if they did more of this, I think this may have convinced more people to sell it. Maybe not this stupid Laser Quest thing, but
dude, that's Tempest 2000.
Graphics and
no. Like they're going into like the laser gun rooms.
Where you can play either regular Tempest or the Advanced 2000.
You remember when Laser Quest was cool? I don't.
I never.
He's going for that top score, I think.
I never liked it, dude. I did it a few times. Did you guys in the chat? Did you guys have Laser Quest in your town? That building is still there downtown, buddy, and it still says Laser Quest, but it's not Laser Quest anymore.
You know what the funny thing about that is if you go on Facebook Marketplace for our local area,
yeah,
it's been up for sale for so long. Somebody's been trying to sell it and nobody wants it.
I never liked it. I honestly say, like, even the home versions in the 80s, like Laser Tag and Photon and all that stuff, like I liked the guns. The laser guns look cool, but I don't know. I just never enjoyed going down to Laser Quest. JT likes it. There you go. Laser Quest was fun. We had Yellow Brick Road. Is that the same kind of thing? Cutthroat? Same
Did
kind
you
of
go
like,
to Oz?
Yeah, like that's what it was called. I remember walking into a game store and the demo playing on the Jag in store was Alien vs. Predator, and the PlayStation had a Wipeout in FIFA 96 Road to World Cup. Yeah, there's not really a different, or there's not really a competition there, is there? Unfortunately. But I will say, our good buddy from Nintendo Quest, Todd Curtis, has a complete Jag collection, and he has the Jaguar kiosk that we see in this. That thing's damn impressive, man. I'm just saying.
The kiosk?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Whatever.
There it is. See it?
Okay,
The Jag
so
eyes
they
and
has
stuff
it.
right there.
Jaguar is
That's-
the best.
Isn't that the same one they had in the field where like those bikers were? Yeah, okay.
Retail kiosk.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Atari really does have some of the greatest games.
Well, they've even got more coming out all the time, Bob. Check it out.
Attack of the Mutant Penguins. You're all that stands between alien mutant penguin and the destruction of Earth. Are you up to the challenge? Fight for life. Show no mercy. There'll be only one victor,
God.
only one new life. Will
Virtual
it be
Fighter
yours,
bootleg.
Bob? Roller pinball, multiple flipper frenzy, and 2 challenging and eerie games
that's
in
like
one.
16-bit
Hole
at
hockey.
best.
Get ice
Oh.
with
That's what
ice
I'm
stick
thinking in my head. I'm
action.
like, why do they keep showing all this like stuff that could be done on the 16-bit consoles? Like, give me stuff that can't be played on the other ones. Like, why? Their marketing team was awful.
I would agree. And I'm trying to really like see what developers made games for this thing. Was most of it Atari? I think most of it was Atari, because I can't think there's certainly no Capcom, there's no Konami, there's no EA. Is there Activision? Who did the home port of Doom? It was id Software, then it was what? Was it Activision that brought it out? Can't remember. Somebody know who brought Doom out to consoles?
The internet.
Mo likes pinball. Game Mill. These were the founders of Game Mill. Oh my god, amazing.
And you're in control of your favorite NHL team. Missile Command 3D. Jaguar gives you the arsenal, but do you have the speed to defend your cities from the relentless alien attack?
Oh, man.
So, here's a good game to play right now. Atari's Iron Soldier.
Oh, here you go. Here's your mech game, though.
Oh,
Forget
God.
Armored Core.
I can't tell one block from another block.
Early polygons, we can forgive, but still, it's yeah.
I have a disdain for early 3D.
Hey, what'd you do that for?
I needed to get your attention.
Oh, she's all dolled up
Then get
again.
the Jaguar.
That jacket is way too big for her.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So
the jacket? It looks like she's like Marty McFly going back.
Early 3D. She's all puffed up. Yeah. Early 3D. Yeah, I don't know if I have. I don't think I dislike it as much as you, but it's definitely, I would say, the hardest if you're playing any kind of classic or retro games, it's the hardest era to go back to and replay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like, and there is a point where it changes, I find. Like, PS1 games that run prior to the DualShock, I feel are very rough. And then, like, after that, when the implementation and, like, usage of the DualShock, like the analog controllers, I feel like it got better, and some of those games are a little bit more manageable. But that early 3D stuff, like even like RE1, just using it with the D-pad and stuff, like that is, it's rough to play.
Disagree. Resident Evil could do no wrong, but I will say, stuff like Twisted Metal, any kind of racing games for bad. Twisted Metal is bad, and that's one. Yeah, that's one game I would like to see like an HD remake of, is the first Twisted Metal. But trying to play that, it's so rough. And we're not like graphics dudes. It doesn't have to be the latest and greatest in graphics, but when your frames are so bad that you feel like you're going blind, that's an issue.
Nothing gets you kind of action like Atari. 64 bits. Yeah. 3D graphics. CD quality stereo sound.
Something about the guy playing this game for the commercial reminds me of the guy from Boy Meets World. Yes, nice.
Oh yeah, what is that kid's name?
4 bits of raw gaming power at half.
Tom Hanks bootleg.
Do the math, Bob.
This girl, she's like trying to seduce him, but she hates him at the same time. It's so weird. Oh my god.
That was a 64-bit kiss. Powerful and good enough to last a long time. Thanks, Bob.
What? What? What the hell just happened? Why is there a butthole on the screen now? What, you paused it at the worst. Thank you.
Whoa. For any of you that are looking to get your honey something for Valentine's Day, I'll get her a 64-bit kiss.
Now he's going to be back here. Is he just not going to be thinking of his girlfriend anymore? Like, what's going on?
Oh my god, I think I peed a bit.
3D graphics, powerful 64-bit. That was so real.
What was real?
What?
Dream, I think.
Hey, Bob, you finally did it. You had 64-bit and you bought a Jaguar.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Hey,
so she's actually his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Look, dude.
Well, at least Tempest 2000 is good.
Do I have to explain what's going on? Have you not been paying attention, William? Don't you understand? Now that he has the 64-bit power Jaguar in his house, he gets the 10 out of 10 girl. Do you not understand this? If he still had his Super Nintendo or his Genesis, he would be lonely and not have the hot girl anymore.
But what if this was just a fever dream?
Have you not been watching?
Like Bob here fell asleep, and then there was a commercial for a Jaguar in the background, and it infiltrated his mind. And he had visions of his girlfriend telling him to buy a 64-bit controller, and she was his girlfriend all the time. And now it's just all come full circle because she's now here because he was waiting for her. Yeah, okay, and now they're playing together because they have 64. Am I overthinking this? Is the plot too complicated?
Maybe it might be. And I think we're gonna get like, because this is not over yet, unfortunately. But I think it's not over yet. No. We're not gonna do recaps because infomercials always do recaps. So we're not gonna be going over the recaps, but Will left. Cutthroat, can you come over and play with my Jaguar? What?
Can't do.
And so Bob found happiness.
That's it? Maybe that is it.
Video game system. And in today's world, where the line between reality and fiction is often blurred, who could ask for more than that? But why let the joy stop there? Follow Bob's bliss. Pick up the phone, dial, order a Jaguar system for yourself, for a loved one, or for your family.
No.
Order one.
I'm not doing that to any of my family.
It's like, please buy one, please buy two, please buy three.
Get ready to discover the next generation of video games.
Wait, you're passing the good parts. We actually get to see games.
Oh, you want to see the games? Okay, we already saw this part, but fine.
No, we're here. We're gonna enjoy the whole ride. All 64 bits.
On today at the best price anywhere. And once you experience the power of the Jaguar, you'll know in a cybersecond it's a whole new game. The Jaguar is 64 bits of raw power, awesome 3D graphics, CD quality stereo sound, 16.8 million colors. Plus, the Jaguar games are so intense because the Jaguar system delivers real-world, real-time gameplay. You can jam with
that's it. I'm done. I'm out of PC gaming. I'm selling everything. My PlayStation, my PC, my Switch.
Get rid of
the Jaguar.
Atari carts.
Major go-kart free-for-all.
That looks like Mario Kart on the freaking Super Nintendo.
Jam. So, okay, Atari Karts is a Mario Kart clone, clearly, except there's one problem. There's no, like, famous characters. Like, I think there's... I can't even.
Do you get to play as the Jaguar?
I can't even name any of the characters, but they you know how there's no mascots, there's no characters for Atari. At least they didn't put them in Atari Karts. So you're playing this game that's known for having colorful characters that we've all grown up with. Atari tried to copy that, but failed because there's no characters for Atari. So it's like, what do you?
Man, I'm gonna message Atari now and see if they can re-release that game, and then add in Jay the Jaguar.
Oh. Yeah, that would be all right. And we haven't seen Bubsy yet. Come on.
And Defender 2000.
Nobody wants
now
Bubsy.
With 3D graphics, level warps, and power-ups.
Even Atari didn't
the
want
excitement
Bubsy.
never ends.
There it is.
The Atari Jaguar was designed to be modular, so you can add peripherals to further enhance your gameplay. Call now and you'll get the complete system, including
even talk about the CD because that's going to be another $200. More than the system.
You also get a free second controller, so you can go one-on-one with a friend. It's a $24.95 value. And listen to this. If you call right now, we'll give you your first game free.
No, not Cybermorph. Please, no.
Okay, let me pause.
No.
What, $24.95? Can somebody do the conversion for today for me? What would $24.95 US be today? Because that's what a second controller was for Jaguar.
Okay, hold on. You don't want to say $19.95, right?
No, 24.
24. No. The year.
Oh, yeah. 90. Yeah, I would say 95. Let's just say that.
Okay, we're basing off the US dollar.
That's what I have mine right here, buddy. It's right here. 64 bits. I'm going to explode if I hold it too much. It's the gem. I've had this thing like my whole life almost. So we're going to try and find out. So Atari Jaguar second controller is $24. I think Will's looking it up. What that would be today. To see if it's kind of like, if it's inflation or the controllers were just really cheap. 17 buttons, man. That can't come cheap. Dude, do you not see behind me? My backdrop on every stream, dude. I'll show you any console you want to see.
If this thing is right, it would be $50 US.
Okay. And a PlayStation
double the price.
It's like 100.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So even the controllers are on sale. Okay, that makes sense.
Craft that changes shape to fit the environment.
Oh, TJ got it. There you go.
Thanks, buddy.
Probe interplanetary battlefields and clear enemy bunkers. Do the math and you'll see the Atari Jaguar 64-bit system is for you. Don't wait.
I would
Call
say
now and you'll receive the complete Jaguar system.
I would say
2 controllers and your first game Cybermorph, all for just $159 plus shipping and handling. Have your credit card ready to call the number you see.
The issue with the Jaguar is like they made the Jaguar the mascot of the Jaguar and not implementing a game that had a mascot that was like the flagship title that you needed to play for the system.
Right. Yeah, so they kind of shot themselves in the foot because I feel like the Atari Jaguar Cat, however you want to make the design of him, would have been cool, but they're trying to be adult, right? This isn't your baby Nintendo plumber games. This is like Jaguar serious. Like this is serious game console. So they kind of can't do that. But the problem is you're smack dab in the middle of the 90s. The mascot wars are in full force, and you don't have any mascot for your system, which is a death sentence.
Order to the address below. Christmas delivery is guaranteed if you call right now. Try the Jaguar for 30 days risk-free. If it's not the most fun you've ever had, return it for a full refund of your purchase price. Get ready to be blown away by the Atari Jaguar.
Okay, we're continuing our story with Bob and his new girlfriend. Oh my God!
Oh God!
What happened?
They did a Michael Jackson.
Oh, that's it.
That has to be from that, right? Like that's.
Well, that's for the Thriller video.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do there.
That's it. Okay, so the second half of this video must be like just the same thing
The
again.
Atari Jaguar is made in the USA.
95, yeah, we're right. So what are we doing up here?
Handle it, Bob.
It's a record.
It's just the same thing again. Just the same thing again.
Well, that's
Okay,
an hour of my life I'm not getting back.
So Bob was waiting for his date that never showed up, or maybe she did show up and he was in the cave. Let's just say she showed up and he was in the cave. Okay, waiting for a date, playing his 16-bit system, whatever he was playing, and it's just not doing it for him. Gets kidnapped against his will, taken to a cave where they buried E.T. Strapped down to a chair and antagonized by Jack, who's the biggest pushy salesman of all time, right? Then we get the temptress in, trying to seduce him in many different ways, transforming herself. Depending on what game they were playing, to seduce him more. When he's like, "I'll go with you, let's go," but she still doesn't want to go with him. She still convinces him. But did we miss at what point he said he bought the Jaguar? We missed that moment. When did he cave in?
When he started beating her in video games.
Okay. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, okay. So he defeated her. And
But like they made it coy because like he didn't really defeat her. She let him win was the whole thing on that.
So now this agent, against her will, presumably, has to be Bob's girlfriend? So Bob gets knocked out with some sort of drug or sleeping gas, taken back to his couch. They steal away his Super Nintendo, replace it with the Jaguar, take his money, force him to buy it. They take his money. He wakes up dreaming of 64 bits, and she's already in the house waiting for him to wake up. Sits down, and she's like girl next door. She's not like seductress anymore. She's pretty and all that, but she's not like super sexy. She's just regular. Sits down.
Wow, judgy, are you?
No. I'm just saying she's not the overbearing, I'm sexual, trying to tempt you. She's just like regular person. So he's finally got the girl that he always wants and the game console that he always wants. Right? Following? And then what's the point of the end? Then she turns to him and she has Jaguar eyes. So he's dating a cat. Someone help me here. Help me help you.
I don't think there's any help here.
What is the point of the end of it?
What is the point of any of it? Nothing is like if I watched this in its entirety for whatever reason at 4 a.m. in the morning, nothing on this convinced me to buy a Jaguar.
Then okay, let me ask you this then. Who is this infomercial for in 1995, Will? Who is this for?
I think this was more for the grandmas and like, you know, people that would be up that early, grandparents looking to buy their kids like a gift. And because like that's notoriously like infomercials have always been targeted towards like people of the older generations, right? Like people who are up early, really early or super late at night, and they're just like watching TV. And hey, grandma can buy this cool necklace on this infomercial channel because it's $19.99 now with 10 installments or whatever, all that stuff. And little Billy's gonna love it because look at all these cool kids playing this video game. And
Oh yeah, but I don't know if Grandma's gonna like the seduction part of the infomercial. Like,
Yeah. Billy's growing up. Billy wants some. Grandma knows the birds and the bees.
I see where you're getting at. And I think just like the console itself, I think there's an identity crisis even with this commercial. And I think there's your problem right there. I see what you're saying, but I don't even think that they knew what this target audience was for. 14 or 15-year-olds that can only get one console. You know, they might get one for their birthday, they might get one for Christmas, but their parents, generally speaking, are going to buy you one console every couple of years or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So who's watching this then? Matt says he's tripping out on whatever mushrooms he ate while watching for his girlfriend. So the whole thing was a dream. Maybe it still is a dream. TJ says it's for people sat up at early hours in the morning with no life or friends who would normally be watching Babe Station.
Babe Station?
I think that's like the softcore channel back in the day, from back in the day. It might be called something different over there. I don't know. Because I feel like guys like you and I, gamers back in the day, were too smart to be duped by something like this. Even though I was like a very, very young adult, older kid, whatever you want to call it, I knew that the Jaguar was not Nintendo. I knew it wasn't Sega. It wasn't even 3DO. I knew it was just like a subpar system. So who is it for?
You overestimate the mind of 8-year-old Willie.
That's fair. That's fair. Little Willie, now, if you buy our Jaguar system, we'll throw in this Jaguar gaming chair. I mean, I would take the Jaguar gaming chair any day.
Is that the chair he was sitting in?
Severus says that was a Wizard of Oz twist. It was all a dream. He had the system the whole time, and his girlfriend was. Ooh, I like that.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's take that one step further and say maybe it wasn't a dream, but he woke up and she turns into a Jaguar, and they cut the cameras and she like cut him to shreds and killed him.
I don't like that ending as much.
No. Interesting.
No wonder nobody's buying any more Jaguar games. They're all dead.
They killed their clientele. It's like, okay, we got him to buy the system. Great, now take him out.
Yeah.
So she's like the ultimate ninja assassin, man. She's a chameleon.
Take the shot. Take the shot.
Yep. So what did you guys think? Where do you think Atari and their Jaguar? Where do you think that stands in the realm of video game history? Let's see what you guys are saying.
I'm curious how many people remember the Jag.
Some of us, Willie, can't let it go.
Yeah, I bet a lot of the younger generation has no clue what the Jaguar is.
Which is interesting because it's just a few clicks away on Google. One click away, just type in video game history. Even with that, you hear about the console wars of the 90s, blah, blah, blah. And this 3DO, CDI, even Neo Geo are often glanced over, which is a real shame because they're an important part of history. And one reason I like that time, as I've said before, because there was so much competition. And now, Will, we seem to be entering an era where there might not be very much competition.
Well, it's not that there won't. I think it's a change, yeah, but it's a change of perspective, right? Like it's not since after the 360, so the Xbox One, PS4, and stuff. Like Nintendo's always been their own thing, right? If you always think of a Nintendo console nowadays, it's a parity system to go along with either the PlayStation or the Xbox.
Yes.
But now the market's so much more open, where like really none of the three consoles are actually, they don't even care if one of the others sell. They have their own install base, they sell their own things, it doesn't really matter, right? So we've come to a point where it's kind of like people buy Xbox, people buy PlayStation, everybody's kind of knowing it, people buy Switch, and then like there's PC gamers as well too. And we're getting to a point where like those console sales are not really doing as hot as they used to for the most part, right? Like that they have their install base now, especially on the Xbox side of things. Like they are very behind. I think the last report that came out, like PlayStation has outsold the Xbox like 2-1 now at this point. Like console hardware wise.
Yeah.
And then like Switch is still like the dominant, like everybody has a Switch.
Sure.
Everybody and their grandma has a Switch. But now, so what are they thinking, right? Like, do we produce the R&D to make another console? Or do we look at other means of being like, hey, well, you know what? Maybe we release our games regularly on PC, or maybe we just start making it on PlayStation as well. And if people want to play it on our console, great. Will that make more money and revenue? That's a thing, right? And it's not really, it's not like it used to be. There's a lot of money in gaming, right? Like not everybody's picking and choosing a whole lot anymore for the most part.
Well,
like
there's a common misconception that you have to play AAA titles.
No, it's not true. Yeah.
It really irks me because there's so much great indie stuff out there. There's so much great stuff out there, period. I mean, there's no way. Okay, well, there's no way. Even if you're the hardest core gamer, there's no way everybody has played everything that's come out in just say even the last 10 years. There's still so many games from like 2015 and below that I never played because of whatever other games we were playing at the time. So you can go back and play that great stuff. It's like people just think, oh, the latest Ubisoft game is another cookie cutter game. It's another cookie cutter Assassin's Creed. Avatar is like Far Cry. Then why do you feel compelled to play it? Well, there's nothing else to play. No, you just have to not go AAA mainstream all the time.
Well, that's I don't know if I would even consider Assassin's Creed main like AAA anymore.
Oh, sure it is. Sure.
But
100%.
I think there's something that a lot of people don't realize, and I've talked with this with like a lot of people, is that there's a group, right? And I would almost call us like the hardcore group, where we know a lot about video games, right? We know about like developers, we know about like games coming out, we know a lot about indie stuff, AAA stuff, insider things. We always like read up on like, you know, what's going on within the companies and, you know, all that. Anyways, but we make up a very small percentage of the gaming community.
Right. Exactly.
So like while we see these things and notice it all, there is a very, very large population of gamers that will buy all the EA Sports games, the NBA 2Ks, the Call of Duties, because they're familiar with it. They know that they enjoyed it previously, and they're not really actively looking for that content outside of whatever they do mainstream-wise for their lives.
That's fair. Yeah.
And like, you want to really get into it too. Like, a lot of these people do watch a lot of sports. And like you're watching football and then there's an advertisement for Call of Duty coming up and you're like, dude, yeah, I could play some Call of Duty.
Right.
Or, oh, the new Madden 2025? Would it be? That's the new one, right?
It's always a year.
Your head. Yeah. They'll be like, oh yeah, the new Madden's coming out. Yeah, let's get our teams going and stuff, right? Like those are the dudes that those games are marketed at. Not just dudes, I should say those people. And like they make up a large bulk of the gaming populace. They may not consider themselves gamers. They just play video games.
Yeah.
Right. But that's where the money is. You're trying to infiltrate into that crowd.
But you see, there's so many videos over the last year, a lot of YouTube videos I've come across titled, you know, gaming is dull, gaming is boring, has gaming lost its luster? And I don't think it has. I personally think that we're in a better spot now than we have been in a long time. You just kind of have to. It's kind of like with rock music right now. There's lots of great stuff out there. You just kind of have to look for it now. It's not presented in your face all the time, right?
But that's the thing, right? People are. It's human nature to find a comfort zone and stay in that comfort area, right? Yeah. So if you want to break out of it, you have to actively sort out, which means there will be a risk of you getting something that you just don't like. And financially for a lot of people nowadays, it is tough.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot more constricted. Like you don't have as much expendable like income. So like that risk of going out and being like, well, I know I can spend $80 on COD and I'll have fun with it because I have in the past. They may not have changed a whole bunch, but my friends are going to be playing it. Boom, I got hours of games here. When I get off of work, I can relax and vibe and chill. Or do I take a risk on this game that I've never heard of, but it looks kind of interesting, but will I get my money's worth out of it, right?
I think it's a double-edged sword. I do want to just say hi to Curb Stomp real quick before we continue. Good to see you. The Atari Jaguar and the TurboGrafx 16 are and a few other Japanese systems I never got to play. Wow. I don't want to actually you, my friend, but I feel like I have to. Actually, the Jaguar is 100% American. That is an American system. There's not a Japanese developer. Atari is a Japanese word, but it's an American company. And the Turbo was the American version of the PC Engine. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to actually. I love you, man. I just saying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the Turbo was still a Japanese product, just ported over, right?
The Atari was born. The Atari Jaguar was born here
and died.
Other countries are like, would you guys like the Atari? Nope. We don't want to develop for it. We don't want it. That's your thing there. My older adult group are very brand loyal. We've been in Call of Duty for the better part of a decade, with the occasional variety. With the cost of time and money, people don't venture.
Exactly. See, that's what I said, right? Like, it's that comfort level. You know that while it may not be, way better or improved in any way, the core gameplay loop of Call of Duty and games such as that are enough for a lot of the mainstream gamers to just be able to constantly buy and know that they will get their money's worth out of. And that's the issue, right? And then the other thing is, like, marketing for indie games in particular has not hit mainstream media, right?
I mean,
like a lot of indie games you got to find will either be in like actual showcases by developers like the State of Plays or the Xbox showcases or the Nintendo, what do they call those, directs?
That's why they're indie games though, right?
But that's the thing, like if indie games want to be seen more, they have to start trying to put themselves out there more, right? And I feel like they don't a whole lot. And I understand it's like money and stuff too, but like if they don't get their games out in a lot of the mainstream faces, a lot of people won't know about them, and that no one will ever look at them otherwise.
Right. But I mean, we're in a time now where I believe that it's easier to get yourself out there, whether you're a small business, whatever you have. With social media, there's 10,000 ways to do it for free. It costs you time.
Yeah.
Right?
But the problem is with those sites too, though. I think we are a crowd that is outside of a lot of things. Like for me, I don't have cable. I haven't had cable for a long time.
Same.
But there is a lot of people that use cable and mainly for sports television. Right? And that is a huge multi-billion-dollar industry that are there. And when you get like a Call of Duty, first and foremost, it's on those ads, right? If you're looking for an indie game, and I'm going to bring up Dave the Diver because that was one of my favorite games that came out last year. It's coming out on PlayStation 5 this year. If you haven't played it, pick up a copy because the game is fantastic. But a lot of the times you'll see Dave the Diver advertise, it's strictly just gaming-oriented sites. And sites like that, like IGN and why can't I think of any others? Anyways, I don't frequent them very often, but those are generally more of like the core gamer that frequents those sites, and they're more likely to see it there, right? But like the 80% bulk of the other gaming populace will never ever see those things.
Yeah, I mean that's a problem that's always been there, right? Activision, it's whoever has the most money wins, right? That's why you see Activision at the forefront. And I'm not saying Call of Duty is a bad game. Clearly, It's not a bad game. Obviously, it's not a bad game. But
it sells well. It does well. It's not that it's bad. It's just it's the biggest mainstream title that has captivated an audience outside of the hardcore or core gamer crowd.
I just think, dude, there's just a little bit of research people can do. So let's just say Black Ops 10 comes out this year. That's the new Call of Duty.
Yeah.
The normal shooters are Call of Duty people play, and they're like, I don't like, oh, that sucks, man. Call of Duty sucks this year. I don't know what to do. It's like, just Google a little bit. There's these other wonderful alternatives. You don't like, because Call of Duty is not good this year. That doesn't mean you don't have to play any shooters. There's lots of stuff out there. You just got to look for it.
Yeah, but these people aren't looking for that, right? That's the thing.
You actually chat a few weeks ago. That's awesome, dude. You know we would do that. It's all with love, man. We're just kidding around. Dave the Diver rules, says Cutthroat Comics. Rhonda, what's up? I played a Jag once, never played one before, and never saw one again. Yeah, it's kind of a blip in history, man. Like I said, the Atari, what was it? Well, the 50th anniversary collection that came out, 40th, 50th.
I think it's the 50th.
Came out, yeah. I had a bunch of Jag. There's a section on that cart I got on Switch for Jaguar stuff. Hasn't aged well, man.
Yeah, Mac is a good point. Like there are advertisements you can see out there, but they're usually backed by the bigger companies too, right? I feel like Persona has done a really good job of becoming more of a bigger RPG, similar to like Final Fantasy. Whether you like the current direction of Final Fantasy and stuff, like Final Fantasy has breached into that a bigger gaming populace where like people know Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is like a mainstay RPG and is grandiose, and like people will see it advertised down in like Times Square and like big areas, right? Because it has that install base. And like Persona, since I would even argue since like Persona 5 has really broken through for that series. Like Persona 5 was fantastic.
Which is great. I don't like seeing, and nothing against Final Fantasy. Again, what I think of 16 doesn't matter. What I think of the 7 remake doesn't matter. Final Fantasy is the biggest RPG out there. But it's nice to see other RPGs, maybe in Times Square, maybe on Dad's football game or whatever, that are not just, everything is not just Final Fantasy is your role-playing game. Call of Duty is your shooting game. Madden is your sports game. I think we just need to kind of look outside the box. And I know most of us in the chat are probably more on the side of we game quite a bit. We probably do that with most of our time,
Yeah. Like anyone who's tuning in here and stuff, like we are probably considered more of the hardcore gamer than the mainstream, right? And like we said, like I have a lot of people that I watch that play Call of Duty religiously, right? Like Modern Warfare 3 came out and they were all like really down on it. They're like, oh, this game sucks. This game sucks. And now like, that came out in October. So we're in February now. And like, that's still all they're playing.
Yeah.
That's a lot of those type of gamers, right? Like they just push through it and they're like, yeah,
just deal with it. It's weird, right? It's like, but I mean, I agree because, you and I specifically in this example, we've played games our whole life. So it's like, if we don't like something, we know there's a million other choices out there, right? So, but I think people have to go outside the box. Curbstomp says Call of Duty would be better if people would just stop cheating in the multiplayer and Warzone. I don't see the point. It's a video game, and most streamers on Warzone cheat. The only streamer I watch that plays that is Doc. He does not cheat.
So far, maybe just never been caught.
But it's like, yeah, I mean, even Dr. Disrespect was saying at first that the game's not great. But let's be honest, okay? The mainstream games get mainstream views, especially if you're a streamer. Johnny's Shooter 3, no one's ever heard of that, right? Because it doesn't exist. But let's just say there's a game called Johnny's Shooter 3. No, who cares? Right? If you're going to turn on a stream, most of us, you're going to put on the biggest category, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just what I'm thinking. But I remember people cheating back in Modern Warfare 2. I mean, this is a good topic, Will. I love these podcasts we do because they kind of just go anywhere. Let me ask you, what's the point?
Of what?
What's the point in cheating? What's the point in cheating? And let's just say Warzone.
I think a lot of people that choose to cheat, it's not actually like for the winning purposes. It's the like stealing away someone's ability to enjoy the game,
which is so sinister.
It's an internet thing, right? Like that's the ultimate thing about a troll is basically you're out there to ruin somebody's time, and you get enjoyment out of ruining somebody's day from or having a good experience with something. There's a lot of people that do that. They're just genuinely, they're just assholes.
Yeah, that's pretty rotten. I would say the point is to be number one on the leaderboards, right? So you could say, I'm number one at Warzone in my area of the world. No one could stand up against me, even though when you lay your head on the pillow at night, Call of Duty is obviously a big deal to you because you find the need to cheat in order to be number one. So like how you can sleep at night when it's like, you know that you didn't earn those kills, you didn't earn those points, the victories.
But that's not what's making them sleep at night, right?
Well, so what's making them sleep is you're saying ruining people's days. That's horrible.
They don't care about the wins. They don't care about the kills, death ratio. They don't care about being like seen as good. They care about knowing that they didn't have to work as hard as someone else who maybe put the time in and effort to get good so that they can win and probably spoil their day for doing it. That's what these people who cheat in video games, especially competitive online ones, are thinking.
That's horrible. I play Slaughter's Marauders on Jaguar console. Jay Bartlett. Dab, 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 dab. Says Cutthroat Comics.
The hell's that?
Interesting. Slaughter's Marauders is a subset team in G.I. Joe. He's doing a toy joke. Sergeant Slaughter, Sergeant Slaughter, he has a team called the Marauders. Well, you know now. There you go.
I know now, but I didn't know then.
Why is it got to be on the Jaguar? I guess because we're talking about the Jaguar. Dale's playing Fallout. I know that's like your favorite game while listening to the stream. Well, we appreciate it, buddy.
I still want to play Fallout 76.
Matt says it depends on the type of cheating. Multiplayer cheating. It's a pride, leadership, ego thing. They don't care about earning the kills. They care about being number one. And that's what I don't understand, because you're not number one. You're number one numerically, but you're not number one in skill. I don't get that. It's like Will always jokes, he trolls me on stream, like, get good, you suck, whatever, when I die or whatever. But for me, I know my skill level in something like Resident Evil. I don't want to play on hardcore because I don't want to be hit once and die. There's no, I don't have the time or effort to sit there and play that game on hardcore just to be able to prove X, right? I don't know where I'm going with this. My point is, if you don't have the skill, just either one, practice, or say you don't have the skill and just deal with it. But I think, there is some foolish pride where people have to just be like, well, you know what? I'm going to cheat no matter what. And I don't want to. It's like what you said, Will. It's like, I don't want to sit there and grind out the skill. So I'm just going to cheat and boom, I'm number one.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Thanks, buddy. Much appreciated.
Thanks, Ghetto. I like doing these. It's always a fun day coming here and just chatting.
I love Sunday morning. I do. I love it. It's great. It's so chill. Hopefully you guys like it too. I cannot get into Call of Duty. I deal with too much camping. I would just get killed way too many times, most likely. I like playing Battlefield. Well, Battlefield's more tactical, right? Call of Duty is more like Call of Duty is so fast. That game is like, I don't know how people play it. It's so fast.
I haven't played a Call of Duty in a long time. I think Black Ops 2 was the last one I played.
Wow. Hanging low with WillyLo. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, for sure. I played Warzone this year with our buddy Zach, just to try it out because I didn't know it was free. And yeah, it's not my thing. I get it, but again, I don't have the time or want to put in the time to get good at Call of Duty. That's just me, though. Jay, you were thinking about this in a very straightforward way. Some people don't have skill in playing, but have skill in creating these cheats. Thus, they get award for their skill by being number one. Oh, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I never understood it. Even like creating the software to cheat. And then you see streamers, Will, I'm sure you've seen clips on YouTube and such where the streamers get caught with their aimbot.
Oh, yeah.
Their aimbot shows up on screen by accident or whatever. Then they get shamed, and then their frigging career is gone.
Yeah.
Like, is it worth the risk? Or you can just spend maybe 8 hours a day and work hard and get good.
Well,
it's the
I guess, like, at that point, if you've already been using your cheats as a prolific like streamer and you made it big, like, you are only there because you were able to do those cheats, right?
Screwed yourself already, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've screwed yourself already. But I think if you're a full-time streamer and Call of Duty is your thing, if you're a competitive Call of Duty streamer, like Dr. Disrespect, okay? I say his name a lot because I think Doc's great. He is what he is, right? So he's really, really good at the game, but he got that way by playing 8 hours a day. So I think if you're going to take Call of Duty serious, you're a full-time streamer, you need to play it 8 hours a day. And I guarantee you will be good at the game. You will be good at the game by putting in the time. It's like anything. It's like learning an instrument, learning a different language. It's all about putting in time. Playing a video game is no different. You're going to get better at it. So it's taking that shortcut for the reward right away instead of grinding it out and earning it through hard work. People want to take the shortcut and they want the riches right away, and it always backfires, man.
In some cases, yeah. No, I understand. I understand. I agree with you, but I feel like there are some people that slip through that and, like, they still make it there, and whether they did it the long route or the grueling route or not. But there's always going to be people that they're outliners, right?
What was another game that was big for cheating? What's that? It's that online shooter only, military squad based. It's a big PC game. You're dead.
Rainbow Six?
Close. You're dead, and you sit there and you have to watch the round.
Counter-Strike?
Counter-Strike, yeah. Counter-Strike had a lot of cheating in it. I think it was Source had a lot of cheating in it a while ago. And I remember because it's like I've watched videos on cheaters getting caught where their aimbot pops up, and it was Counter-Strike was one of them. Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can actually bring it up here. You can keep talking there, buddy. I'm gonna try and find.
What can we talk about? Yeah, cheaters. Cheaters bad. Bad people doing bad things and cheating on video games. Yeah, like Counter-Strike is pretty big still in competitive shooters. I don't think there's Overwatch doesn't have a whole lot of cheating that I've ever seen. Valorant as well too. Valorant's pretty strict. Like they really lock their system down. Who's this dude?
Yeah, so this is where's my play button here?
We're gonna get in trouble for streaming this video?
I don't know. I don't think so. This is from T5G, so we'll just play a little bit of it.
Seen anyone playing like me? Like seriously? Well, he could just be the better player, except the entire time he's completely unaware his hacking program is open. I mean, come on. Oh my god, man. What exactly happens when a developer's a hacker? Well, H1Z1 Dev was streaming what seemed like a normal game until he attacked an enemy team and they had no idea what was hitting them. Get out!
Why are you cheating? Really, dude?
It's at this moment he realizes he's been playing with invisibility the entire time.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. Yeah, you deserve it.
I guess that's a little different with a developer, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's probably more an honest mistake with a developer than actually going out and trying to cheat.
This is the one I've seen here. Again, I want to credit the video on YouTube. It's from the YouTube channel T5G. Okay, so I want to give credit where credit is due. But let's look at this next example.
But nothing will top CSGO streamer Miss Q Gemini, who was often accused of hacking. She wrote off every single claim in this clip, but would soon regret it.
You know what's really sad? That sometimes, because I'm female in Counter-Strike, people are like, you're cheating.
Seems like a valid point, until, well, she showed the literal hacking menu on her stream.
Wait, what the? Clara, hold on. Clara, give me 1 second. Let me just message this girl. Give me 1 second. Why the is this on my computer right now?
Guys, how did you know that we can see the health bars?
Even though XQC was laughing, that didn't stop him from also cheating. During a Twitch Rivals tournament on Fall Guys, he decided to stream snipe Dr. Lupo, and
Yeah, so okay, anyway, we're not gonna watch any more of that, but that's the clip I saw, the Counter-Strike gamer cheating, and then when she got caught, she blames her friend Clara. Oh, my friend Clara was messing around on my computer. She must have installed the aimbot software.
Yeah, and that's the comment. That's the deflection, right? When somebody's caught doing something wrong, they deflect to something else. It's a very common cheater mentality.
Okay, I'm not talking about someone you live with, Will. Okay,
yeah.
But when have you ever let somebody sit down on your computer and like nobody does that? So the notion that this gamer's friend came in and messed around with her computer when she wasn't there, to the point where she let them install an aimbot software, knowing that she's a professional streamer, is just so outrageous. Instead of saying, well, you're right, it's deflection, but instead of saying, you're right, I got caught, and then trying to rebuild your career, you just continue to lie. It's brutal. Curb Stomp, thank you for the $4.99. This is a great convo today. Jay and WillyLo, it's always a pleasure to be here and chill. Well,
thanks, Curb Stomp.
We love having you, buddy. Make sure you do check out Willy as well. Please make sure you guys give him a sub on his YouTube channel. Make sure you follow him on Twitch. Throw out your Twitch name.
Just the same. Everything's WillyLo. It's all across the board.
There you go. Yeah, that's great. American Army was fun when it first dropped. What is that? What's American?
That's so back in the day, the American Army actually made a video game as a recruitment tool.
Wow,
and that's America's Army.
Oh,
so it would put you in like actual like military scenarios, and it was a shooter, and it would like reward you for following tactical like U.S. military tactics, and like it would be used as like a training utility. Yeah.
Oh wow, crazy.
That was the idea back then. I think it's just people just play it now, but
maybe it's my age, but someone cheating doesn't bother me because it doesn't mean so much to me that it would ruin my gameplay. I can always just exit and join another battle. You know, another game that was really big, guys, for cheaters was Grand Theft Auto Online.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing. That one's kind of worse because like people spent money regularly for that, right? Like,
and from what I understand, Rockstar doesn't do much about it. It's kind of like the Wild West. Anybody play online? Excuse me, does anybody play Red Dead or Grand Theft Auto Online right now? Can you confirm or deny? What I heard was that there's tons of cheaters in all versions of the game, and Rockstar doesn't really regulate it too much. It kind of just, they allow it.
I wonder if it's just like too big. You know what I mean? Like they're just too big that like there's so many people playing, it's hard to moderate. And is it worth the time and effort to do it or not? and the impact on how much it really affects others is the thing, right? Because you're not playing in like a persistent world. You can really just like play your character and jump into other servers or whatever. Not, you know, it's not really a big deal.
Now you can, but
yeah,
when I used to play it, if you wanted to level up your online character, you couldn't do it in a private game. Because I would go in with whoever and play a private game. It's like, okay, we're not going to worry about someone with a big tank coming in. You know, I'm just trying to get into a taxi cab or whatever. But I think they've changed it now, so you can level up in a private game. I don't know. But yeah, back then, dude, I would pop in. You know, there'd be like an F-14 or whatever Tomcat just bomb me, and I'm just riding around on my little moped. But I could see how that would be annoying if you spent a lot of money on buying these vehicles.
Yeah.
And someone just comes in and completely bests you. Have you guys heard of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre cheats?
I have, yeah, but that's only because we played that.
That is in recent days the biggest example I can think of where they would cheaters would hack the game so badly that they would take over your character. And we were playing with Tough Nerd, and he thinks that happened to him when we were playing that one day, Will, where he was whatever character, and he just stopped. And he's like, well, my character's not responding. So these people would take over the character in Texas Chainsaw. Again, it's trolling for the sake of trolling, but other than that, I don't see the point of it. Like, why would you want to somebody's day like that? I don't understand it.
Again, they're just some people who just enjoy messing with others, right? It's that you know what I relate it to? It's that high school bully mentality, right? Where they're like people will bully others to kind of give themselves a better kind of feel on themselves, knowing that they put down somebody else. And it could be because of they're having issues at home. Like there's that whole mental health aspect of it that these people probably don't have very good lives themselves, and they get some kind of satisfaction for ruining other people's lives.
It's just a sad state of affairs. I usually play GTA Online on a closed server. Okay, so can you level the character?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, I was just gonna say the curb stomp. The character you level in your private server, is it the same as the one where you play in a public server?
I would assume a closed server is just something that has a password protecting it, so it only like gates in certain people that you allow to have access. So it's still official server. It's just locked out so that they don't have just complete randoms coming in. Like you have to choose to be there.
I was thinking, you can make a private game. I was thinking more like if you go on the public servers, but you make your game private, invite your friends in, is that character the same as the one when you decide to go public? Is it the same character? Friends only. That's what I know. I think that Rockstar wasn't aware how well people would be able to cheat online. Didn't have a system in place to moderate that sort of thing. They can't back out now because that's the base bones. Well, they are single-handedly Grand Theft Auto 6 is single-handedly funded by GTA Online. That's they make millions from that yearly.
Yeah.
That is their bread and butter, man. Forget Red Dead, what else have they released lately? Forget their games. It's GTA Online. That's their bread and butter.
Well, yeah, the shark points. I don't know what they're called. They make tons of bank off of that. Like so much so that like they even like stopped resources from Red Dead Online and moved it all over to like GTA because like people were just that. I never realized how big GTA Online was until recently looking into it after we talked about it a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Like it's huge. I didn't realize that many people were playing it. Because when I played it initially, when it first came out, my experience was very sour on it. It was not a very good experience, I found.
Same with Red Dead. And dude, you remember Red Dead Online went online like a month after the game came out, Red Dead 2 Online. It wasn't right away. And I played it. I got up at 6, played it. In that first like hour, I got like hogtied, dragged around by this horse. And it's like, how can these people be this good? There's no way that they can already be like, this guy was like level 20 or something crazy like that. So who knows if there was cheating right off the bat.
Yeah.
GTA,
but some people just, for lack of a better term, no life a lot of this stuff, right? Like,
yeah, but it just came online. That's my thing. It was a brand new experience for everybody. So unless it was a lot of the same mechanics from the game, I don't know.
I think a lot of it played over from the first. Like, if you play the single player and like used a lot of it would carry over. It played pretty much the same.
My experience was like yours, though, with that and with GTA, where it was literally someone came in with a G.I. Joe Sky Striker and bombed the hell out of me. And I was just trying to get in a car just to kind of even see, okay, what can we do in this world of Los Santos? What can we do? Just trying to figure it out and just getting owned. And then you spawn, I think, a couple blocks away. Then they find you and hunt you again or whatever death machine they have. It was not fun, man. It was not fun.
Yeah, I didn't have a good experience with either of those games, really. I did try to play a little bit of Red Dead Online with a group of friends, and it was a little bit better, but yeah. It's a shame because I really like Red Dead. I just wish it was handled a little bit differently.
Yeah. Can't believe how much Red Dead is still priced at the online store. It's ridiculous.
You can get it on sale pretty regularly. Like Steam wise, I always revert back to Steam, but Steam sales seem to be a lot better than most Xbox and PlayStation sales. But I think I bought Red Dead 2 on PC for like $30 Canadian. So like what, $25 US?
I'm just thinking, TJ. I don't know if I agree with you totally, and I'll explain why. When Red Dead Redemption came out last year on Switch, it was a full price. It was like maybe $10 less. And people lost their minds. I kind of defended Rockstar in the fact that I believe their games are worth that. I remember working at EB, and every Christmas, GTA 5 would be $29 on sale. And I always just thought, why is this game on sale? This game should, this is just my opinion, it should always be full price because it is so far above most other games. Everything that they do is so far above, and it lasts so long that they don't have to put these games on sale. So when everyone was losing their minds, oh, Red Dead for Switch, it's not HD. No, it's not. It's just support, and it's $59. So what? Look at how great this game is compared to, again, my thoughts, most other titles. I think it's worth the full price.
Because I do. They're definitely experiences, and they last almost a generation, right?
Dude, yeah.
Because like GTA 5 is lasted 2 generations now at this point.
3.
Oh yeah, PS3 it came out, right? PS3, Xbox 360. Yeah.
It came
and
out
like it's still huge. They're still adding content for it. I feel like you can go back and play those games. Like you went back and played GTA 5 again, and it looked like a great experience still.
Yeah. Very, very fun. And I mean GTA 5 with each new generation they add to it.
Yeah.
Not only graphically, but I think it was the PS4 gen, they added the first person mode, which was brand new, which was a game changer for a lot of people. I don't know. That's just me, man. I think Rockstar, and everyone's saying, oh, there's a big rumor going around GTA 6 is going to be $150. And I just said, take my money. Take it. Go ahead. If you're going to give me a game that is going to last that long and give me that much fun and entertainment, is it not worth it?
Yeah, I would agree. 100%.
Yeah, that's just me. 32 quid is crazy. What is that in US dollars? I have no idea. I assume that's a full price.
Okay, I'm gonna sound dumb. What's the difference between a quid and a pound? Is that different?
Isn't it slang, TJ?
I don't know.
Isn't it like cash and bucks, dollars? Isn't it just a different word? We really don't know. You tell us. We're ignorant.
I always see the terms like used either way, and it confuses me because like, is it like a different form of currency?
I thought quid was like saying bucks, like give me $20 instead of like give me $20, give me $20. I'm probably way off. Whatever. GTA 5 has been going on for 11 years this September, and online 11 years since December 1st, I believe. What other game could say that? An MMO?
Right? Yeah, like World of Warcraft.
WoW is one of the few surviving MMOs that could still charge money monthly.
ESO Online, there's a lot of people playing that still too, and Final Fantasy 14.
And not to mention all the updates that they give Grand Theft Auto. I remember like it was 4 that got the Ballad of Tony and the Lost and the Damned single player, and GTA 5 we didn't get anything. I was like, why are we not getting anything for GTA 5? We are. It's just online story components. If you log into it lately, which I have, it's like a completely different experience. Quid is slang for pounds. They are interchangeable. Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
Quid is a nickname slang. TJ says UK pounds 54 Canadian. Quid is slang for pound. Okay. So yeah, it's like dollars and saying like bucks, cash, whatever.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. Less confused now. Thank you.
That's interesting. Rondo says, I'm so out of my element. Haven't played an online competitively since Modern Warfare 2. Just yesterday, I bought a 360 game and a Genesis game, though. I still got a little cred. Oh, man. You know what? Listen, you don't feel like you ever have to keep up. A good game is a good game.
Yep.
I mean, you'll see us playing Ghouls and Ghosts, and the next day we play Enshrouded. It's just like it's like a good movie, right? Or a good song. It doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
timeless. So
Yeah, it's just like what Miyamoto said, right? Like bad game's a bad game forever. And the same you can go like inverse with like a good game, right? You put the time in, it'll last generations.
absolutely. And Modern Warfare 2, I would agree. I would say is probably the best Call of Duty. I think.
You're talking about the original one or the new one? 'Cause we got 2 Modern Warfare 2s now.
I'm old school. 360. Yeah, I'm way behind on my Call of Duty. They started, and that's another thing, right? The Last of Us 2 getting super slammed for the HD remake that's essentially not even an HD remake at all, or a poorly updated port or something like that.
So the thing with that one is I get people are kind of like, it just came out. They also had like, a PS5 version, whatever. Anyways, the upgrade though is only $10-$15, but it adds a whole new mode, which is kind of like a roguelike survival mode kind of thing.
Okay.
So you do get some new gameplay elements. I think The Last of Us 2 is always a very interesting game to watch because there's a lot of people just want to hate that game because of things that happened to it and they didn't like the way the story progressed or how they wanted it. And now they're just like ultimate haters on that game, which I don't know if you played The Last of Us 2. I thought that game was fantastic. It's really good. It has a really good story of the characters. It is very dark and like gritty.
Well, we lose Joel at the end of the first one, I believe.
No,
or we lose Joel in the second one.
Yeah, so that's the catalyst that pissed off a lot of people, right? And like because Joel's the mainstay character in the first one. This is big spoilers. Whatever, the game's been out for years now.
I think it's safe, yeah.
But yeah, like in the beginning of the game, you're out, and then you run into a character, Abby and her crew have been hunting for Joel, and they literally like take a golf club and just beat his face into a pulp in front of Ellie, and then like you play as Ellie the rest of the game, and then there's some people upset about that.
Well, I would say if you don't agree with the direction of the story, that sucks. But you got to move on because
it's not your story to tell.
That's right. The writers wrote what they wanted to write, and that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
I personally have no investment, and I enjoyed the first game. Yeah. I don't think I played the second one, dude. I don't have it on anything, so
I'd recommend it. Second one's really good. It has a really. I thought it was really good. The story was really good. It tells there's reasons why Abby does what she does, and it's like I feel like it's justified.
I mean, it sounds very Walking Dead, right?
Yep.
Like, let's look at Negan. Negan gets introduced. He's horrible. He does horrible things, and then throughout the years, it's like, okay, now he's a fan favorite, and everyone loves him.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? You see his backstory, and that Negan is the way he is because his wife is dying, and he had to put on this tough guy persona. So I get it, yeah. People, isn't it crazy though? They get so attached to these characters.
I feel like it's indicative of like the tales that are like the stories that are told, like people get into them invested. I think that stands as like a credible take to being like, yeah, this game is very kind of monumental and like well done enough that people are investing so much of their lives into it.
Ellie's a great character. I don't see why people are. They're both on the cover of the first one, right? So they were the protagonists of the game. I always saw them as, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like equals. So, I mean, it sucks.
Just people like Joel, I guess. And
well, it sucks in any, like Walking Dead again. I'll compare it to that because zombies, right? When Rick was gone, when Rick left, it sucked. Everyone loved Rick and he's gone. It's like, well, that sucks, but you can either continue to watch it or you don't. That's just the way it is, right? Matt, I'm going to get to your KOTOR comment because that's a good one too in a second. If you watch the latest Gaming Memories playing Alien Trilogy, which is a great show that TJ does on his YouTube channel, they got the atmosphere 100% great on the game, but the graphics were not up to what they are now. The graphics have improved. They seem to have lost gameplay a bit. I would watch some of your playthrough. Yeah, it's hard to watch now. Again, what Will and I were talking about, the frame rate, man. On a shooter like that is so bad. The game might be good. Like I still love it's a good game. Alone in the Dark, the first one for 3DO. I love it, but the frame rate is so bad it's almost unplayable. Unfortunately. Yeah, so Matt's comment. I play Knights 1 and 2 at least once a year.
Good games. I wish we'd hear more about what is going on with the Knights of the Republic remake. I heard it's like on hiatus, like infinitely now, but that's one series. Like I know we're remaking a lot of things, but there's some games that have been like way done, like back in the day, that I think should be like kind of re-brought out. Knights of the Republic game is fantastic, and I think more people should get a chance to experience that.
Yeah, released in 2003. I remember when EGM reviewed it, all the reviewers at the time said that they liked the story better than Attack of the Clones, which just came out a year prior in the theater. They said this is like way better. And it was a better story. I mean, all those characters are fantastic. They're all based off of original trilogy characters. There's the Chewbacca guy, there's the Han Solo guy, sure. But overall, that game is so solid. That was BioWare, right? Yeah.
Yep.
BioWare.
Old school BioWare.
Good stuff. Severus says the TV show will almost surely departure from the storyline of Last of Us.
I still need to watch that. I haven't watched that yet.
I haven't seen it either. I don't know what streaming service that's on, and I don't want to subscribe to another one. See, again, if they bought it,
Amazon.
Confusing. Dude, we're back to like cable. It's like cable, except it's way more confusing. Right? Oh, it's
HBO Max.
Max. Oh, okay. Severus says Knights has been shelved. Do we know why? Do we know why? Let me look that up.
I tried watching that Twisted Metal TV show. A lot of people said it was very good. I don't think I like it.
Do tell.
It tries to be very comedic, but a weird, like, dry comedic. And usually I'm there for like dry humor, and like, I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. I don't like it.
Weird too, right? That they launched a Twisted Metal show with no video game in sight. Wouldn't you think that would be a perfect companion piece? Release, even do an HD remake of Black or something from PS2, and then bring out the show, and then boom, they both take off. But just to do a show,
that's what I was thinking.
So strange.
But like, the show did well enough. Like, it's apparently got cleared for a second season.
During the recent Embracer Group earnings call, CEO Lars Wingfors was asked about the status of the long in development Star Wars Old Republic remake. He avoided giving a firm answer, saying, "I noticed that anything I say becomes a headline. So this will be my only comment." What did he say? One game in this. What did he say? I noticed that anything I say will become a headline, so that is my only comment. Oh, so he has no comment on it. Rumors that got taken away from blah, blah, it's done. Star Wars Remasters. Remake was initially announced in 2021 with a cinematic trailer. I'd only really had the Revan in the trailer, didn't it? I don't remember seeing it.
Well, yeah. I think it shows his like mask pop up at the end, like black, and then all of a sudden like light shines. Like, I think it's a lightsaber lights up, and it's like the Revan mask.
Just says, can't say whether or not Knights of the Old Republic remake will ever actually come out, he remarked. But yes, 2 people from Saber Interactive tell me that they're still on it despite recent rumors that nobody is working on the game.
That was updated in November 2023.
Yeah, that's just so strange to me. It's like you go to work, you work your dev hours, whatever, 7 to 12 midnight or whatever crazy hours it is, right? It's like, oh, okay, bye, honey, kiss the kids, goodbye. I'm going to go work on Star Wars. Can you imagine going to your development studio, working on nights? You don't know what the future of the game is. Imagine sitting down there being like a graphics artist. Okay, well, you're sitting there rendering Revan. It's like, in your mind, it's like, will this ever come out? Like, that's just so strange to me. I can't imagine going to work or working on something for so long, especially a huge IP like Star Wars, not even knowing the future of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it does. I don't know. We'll see.
I agree with you, though. I think it's definitely a game that needs a remake for sure.
It's a weird thing because I feel like a lot of gamers nowadays, there's not a lot of them that will go back and play the original like versions of a lot of those games. So like having the remasters come out will help like revitalize it and introduce it to a new generation. As much as we don't like a lot of the remasters, I think there's a time frame that should allow it to be kind of redone.
Yeah, I would say the PS2 Xbox era where this game came out, is like you can go back and play those games no problem. I have no issue.
Yeah. For
with
us,
those games.
for sure.
Yeah, but I agree with you that it's that PlayStation 1, Saturn, 3DO, 32-bit era. Those games, they're rough, man, unfortunately. But I would still like to see an updated version of this. And I think Revan is that one character in Star Wars that everybody loves. And they kind of just always tease. Maybe that's why he's so special. They never really give you a full Revan anything.
Yeah. Even like in the Old Republic, remember they teased them coming back and having like the infinite army and stuff, and then I don't even remember what happened with that.
Well, we got a Revan. The second Old Republic expansion was a Revan expansion. You finally saw his face and all that, and it was just so lackluster.
Yeah, it just like teetered out, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the Knights of the Old Republic MMO that came out, the 2011 game. That's, man, I never seen anything die out so damn quickly as that game. It just went. We were all so hype for that game. We all got beta access. Oh my god, this is World of Warcraft and Star Wars, amazing. And then it just went. I remember logging in, dude. You remember logging in? It was like, oh, so and so's not on. So and so's not on. What's going on? And then every time we log on, it was less and less people.
Yeah, like everybody just stopped playing, and we're like, oh. And that's kind of BioWare's fault. I think they handled that game very poorly.
How so?
Well, the whole like moving from the subscription base to free to play really killed it, and like nickel and diming everybody for, you know, UI interface buttons and bag space and
stuff you should be able to earn in game.
Right?
Yeah. And for me, like the nail in the coffin, I remember they released Darth Nihilus mask,
and
it was this big legendary event, and then you see like in the lobby of whatever city, 5 people have it on. It's like, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, wouldn't it be cool if that was just like a 1 per server thing? What was the you'll know this, what was the event in WoW? Remember you rang the gong? Was it to open Encourage in the very beginning?
Yeah.
And there was the bug mount that was, remember, there was one.
Only one person got it, per server.
See, it's like Nihilus's mask should have been something like that. It should have been this big, like 6-month event, and you really had to put the work in. And I don't know how they would manage it, but there would just be 1 drop and 1 person got it. Dude, that would have been so cool. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Revenant Old Republic was not handled well.
Nope.
No, he was all crazy, right?
Darth Malgus was not even like none of the cool characters in Old Republic were done well. Like the way we killed Malgus was such stupid. Like he's held up as being like the huge like enemy, right? Like this is the big threat outside of like the main his whoever's commanding him and stuff. Whatever. Anyways. And then you shove him down a hole. Remember we did that? We had to throw a grenade at him and it shoves him back and he goes in a hole.
And he was bugged. He bugged out many times when we tried it. And that was like the last dungeon that wasn't a raid. That was like the end story dungeon. And it was just like and then okay, BioWare is going to announce the first expansion. Do you remember this thing?
Yep.
The first expansion, we're like, oh my god, this is amazing. What was it, Will?
I don't even remember now. You have to tell me because my brain went blank.
It was the Hut Cartel expansion.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's right. I remember this now. I blocked that out, apparently.
How could you drop the ball? Out of everything you're going to do for Star Wars, your first major expansion pack is a Hutt crime cartel expansion. And it was just, we were all just kind of like, really?
I think that's when we all started pretty much like stopping. We're just like, all right.
Severus says, look what they're doing at Warner Brothers and shelving completed movies.
Yeah.
Considering they have nothing to do with fans. I mean, we've talked. Are you talking like delisting stuff? Like the general public not having access to it anymore?
Well, there's that, but they're also like they filmed movies and then just decided not to release them because they don't think it'll be worth the investment.
Right, Batgirl or Batwoman. That was one movie that was fully done. Fans don't matter. Well, I mean, yeah, we can say that, and that's might be true to a certain degree. But if fans don't matter, who's going to give them money? Do you know what I mean? So it's like I feel like bullies like Disney, and I call them bullies because they want to be in absolute control of everything. They don't want any of us to ever have anything, which is why I think they don't really release any Star Wars on physical media. Well, I guess they did Mandalorian or whatever, but let's go back a few months. They weren't releasing any of this stuff.
Yeah.
They like to have the control over this stuff. And to the point where me, a huge Star Wars fan, I just said, forget it, man. I cut off my subscription. I said, screw it. You're not getting my money. It's not going to have a dent on their company at all, but you got to vote with your wallet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we get so accustomed to having this stuff in our lives that we just kind of go along to go along. It's like, if you don't agree with it, then just stop supporting it.
And that's the thing, right? Like, there's so many people that complain, and especially in the video game industry, where like, oh, we're getting like so many games that are the same and they're not changing a whole lot. And we'll go back to like the AAA titles again, because we were talking about that earlier with like Call of Duty and Madden and stuff.
Yeah.
But then every iteration, they're buying the game. So like all you're doing, like you can go on a fan board, you can go on message boards, you can write your emails. They don't care about that. If you're spending your money, and that's what the bottom dollar is, like they care about the revenue. So if you don't like something and you're still spending the money on it, they're not going to change.
Yeah, and that's maybe, and we're not preaching to you guys, okay? Because I only practice what I preached in the last few years with the toy industry, where it's like it was so hard to break myself from that habit of not buying this stuff. And you guys know I've complained about toy prices for, I would say, a couple of years now. It's too much money for the hobby. You're getting priced out of it. And when you can finally see, bless you, Ash, when you can finally see a figure that you really want, let's just say an Arthas figure, Illidan, whatever, Will really loves, you see one of those figures, and it's like $100 price tag for, say, a 6-inch, and you can finally say to yourself, no, I'm not going to do that, because we are just getting bullied into buying these stuff. When you can finally do that, then I think that you've made huge progress.
I'd agree.
It's tough to do, man. It's tough to do. And that's why I'm so very selective on what I buy toy-wise now. New toys, because it's like I'm not going to support this stuff.
Yeah, we only do it to ourselves, right? So like, you know, if you don't like something, do your best to not put the money into it, because like that's telling them that, hey, you're okay with subpar quality for the same price.
Yeah. Speaking of devoted devs and crew members working 16-hour days for nothing. That was my reference. Yeah. And Will and I know a ton of guys that are in the industry. Some of my closest friends did that for a long time. And yeah, they go to work at 7:00 and you get home when the boss lets you go, because we got that deadline. Man, that can't be fun, right? So my heart goes out to these devs. And yeah, so many of them, like Matt was saying, make games that don't see the light of day. Can you imagine 2 or 3 years of your life devoted to making this game, putting your heart and soul into it, and just doesn't get released. It's brutal. And executives knowing the money is always there because fans are passionate and invested. Well,
It's true.
Severus, nostalgia is one of the most powerful drugs on the planet, especially for our generation. We are addicted to nostalgia, and that's a huge problem, man. We should do a podcast on that because that's a huge problem. So
That could be fun.
Yeah. That's it. That's morning coffee. Will, plug yourself.
You want me to do that on stream?
Why not? Why not? It would be entertaining.
Yeah, other than every Sunday here with Jay, you can catch me live on my YouTube channel right here. Whoop. Really that. I'm tapping on it right now. WillyLo at on the YouTubes. I also stream live weekly over on Twitch, also under WillyLo. I play a lot of open world survival games. So right now we're playing a lot of Enshrouded. I also do some 7 Days to Die on Wednesday. So yeah, be a lot of fun. I'm going to be live today. We're going to be building an underground city in Enshrouded at 2 p.m. over on my either of my channels.
And you guys know I'm live Wednesday through Sunday at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. You can check it out. We're playing 7 Days to Die at 1 o'clock. If that's not your bag, go check out Will. Please go back and forth. Heck, put both our streams up. You guys want to do us a favor? Put both our streams up. That would be awesome.
Double this up.
We're going to do a Horde night, I think, within the first probably half hour of the stream. So check it out. And I'll be on Chad's channel tonight talking unproduced G.I. Joe toys with Chad and Mikey over here. Thanks, guys. That's been Morning Coffee. You guys have yourself a good one. And cheers. Till next time.